Hey guys, this is Jella and welcome back to my channel. We are now part 8 in our Korean Town series where we will be making a K-pop store in our shopping district. If you want to build this too, then keep on watching. So our K-pop store will be beside the SEOUL building. Our shopping district wouldn't be complete without having a K-pop merch store. So I am making an inspiration of the shop K-Mecca, which sells a lot of posters, CDs, albums, different merch of K-pop groups, and especially light sticks. I won't be making this building high. Since this is a corner one, I decided to just make it 2-story. Now for the roofing. I used the flat roof and then added another layer of mansard roof. Then I colored it a dark shade of green with the roof tile texture. As for the exterior walls, I colored all sides to dark stone gray with brick texture. Now I'm just adding a plain thick pillar on the front corner side. Copy the color and texture of the exterior walls. Then I just copied the entrance door with logo from the SEOUL store. If you notice the K-Mecca store, they used vibrant and bright colors. So I made a decal logo using the mixture of pink and purple. I used a custom color to match the logo, although it isn't really the exact same shade. I think it looks somewhat similar. And then I just copied the windows from the back building because I don't want to make another window. I also made the front wall the same color as the entrance door and placed a ceiling trim to make a detailed lining from the store to the building level above. Now for the flooring. Since we already added a separate flooring for this building, I just changed it to tiles. Now for you to color the interior walls separately, place a wall partition and then exit build mode. Enter build mode again and delete the wall partitions you added. Now you can color the walls separately. I colored the walls into 4 different colors to make it look like separate areas, just like from the K-Mecca store. Look how vibrant this turned out, like the interior suddenly popped out. I'm placing a ceiling trim in every wall. And now color the trim the same color as the adjacent wall. It's giving cute and colorful wall design. Now we will add some storage shelves for the albums, and I'm going to use the plain counter for the base and place it right where the pink wall ends. I colored the counters the same as the wall so it would look coordinated. And then we will add this empty bookcase on top of the counter. I rescaled the bookcase to the width of the counters and raised the height up to the ceiling. Then just copy the color of the counter to the bookcase. So this shelves here will be for the CD albums of K-pop girl groups. We will use the square painting and rescale this as large as we can, so it would look like an album case. Because our plot data is limited, we will just add 3 albums per side. As you can see, the bottom area is visible if I don't add something. So we will just place some books that I rescaled so it won't poke out on the shelf. And then recolor the books to your liking. This isn't really visible, but if we don't place something underneath, it would be plain empty. Anyways, for this space near the entrance, I added a simple coffee table which I colored the same as our wall. So for this area, we will be placing down photo cards. I'm going to use the wire board and rescale it. Now place some taped photograph, and this would be our photo cards. I'm also adding some CDs and albums on this table. So let's pretend that this scrapbook are CDs placed down. We can change the decal of the scrapbooks later on. I tried not to add a lot of the CDs, but because it feels empty, I would be adding more later on. The upper part of this wall seems plain, so instead of adding shelves, I just placed a string light and colored this yellow to make this place a bit warm. Now going to the other side, we will just copy the counters we added and place it on the end blue wall. Since we already placed down the books, it would be difficult to place the bookcase above. So I moved the books first and then placed the bookcase before placing back the stack file of pretend CDs. This is what I mentioned earlier that I added more CDs in this table because it was looking empty. And so just change the colors to make it look a bit different than the other. Now duplicate this table and place it on the side as well. This is for the K-pop boy groups. Again, I will be placing some photo cards on this wall as well as the string lights above. I didn't change anything, but if you like to change the colors, feel free to do so. I didn't realize earlier until now that the bookcase was placed down further inside the wall. So here I am moving the books again, so I can adjust where to place the bookcase. Finally, we finished the first 2 sections of the store. Moving to our cash register counter, I used the modern counter with an open bottom shelf. And since the color we used for this wall is the pinkish purple, I just copied the color to the counter. We will use the bottom storage for some bag merch. Let's pretend that these are folded tote bags from different K-pop groups. So I just changed the colors and duplicate. If you are recreating this, feel free to use the colors you like.
너 그래 너 요새 너 조금 이상해졌어 자꾸만 시도 때도 없이 시무룩하고 고민
Now copy the cash register we made and place one by the corner. This is optional, but if you have some special items from holiday updates, go to your inventory and add this heart plush toy. This is from the Valentine's update. And another item I'm adding is a gift box from the Christmas update. Again, if you don't have this in your inventories, just leave this counter as is. I'm using this heart plush toy since this is close to the Tata plushie toy from BT21 merch. The back wall was plain, so I placed the logo since it was a perfect match, just resized the frame to fit the wall. I also added some more string lights above, so I just colored the strings the same as the wall. Okay, now we will be adding some large album covers on this wall. I used the square painting and resized this, so we can fit at least 4 albums. There is an empty space at the bottom, so I just added boxes that I resized to make it look like new merch came to the store. So now this corner will be specifically for BTS group only. I used this plain counters again, and just color this the same as the wall color. I added another bookcase, but used the single one. Again, rescale this bookcase up to the ceiling. I also moved the yellow counter right next to the pink counter, and then added 4 more albums on the wall. This corner is for BTS only. Now we will still use this square small painting, and I will actually use the regular size painting later for a display merch. Okay, now we will be adding the BT21 plushie toy collection, and again I will be using this heart plush toy from the Valentine's update. Here is a reference photo that I used when I made this BT21 plush toy collection, and I know this looks nothing like the cute plush toys from BT21. But we gotta use the stuffed toys and just recolor it, right? I tried my best though, even if it looks nothing similar to the cute plushies.
고민이 생겼니 초등학교 영어 수업 시간에 배웠었던 현재 진행형 같아 하루에
I added the army plush toy and I used this monkey but colored it gray. Now our BT21 plushies are complete. Here I am adding a semi-transparent cube so we can place a wire board and add the photo cards of our BTS members. I used this since the walls are full of albums. So I think it also made a cute look for the counter to have this area. I'm also going to copy the CDs that we have and place a few on the side. Now we have this yellow empty wall. I'll add some posters in here and just rescale the square painting. Now the last part for our K-pop store is the light sticks. We will place it in the middle for display. I used a plain counter and then added a basic cube, which I resized to make it lower so that the middle section will be elevated display section of the light sticks. I'm only adding 6 light sticks in this store, 3 from girls group and 3 from boys group. I know this store will cost a lot of plot data with all the decals we used. Anyways, if you want to create a custom K-pop light stick, watch carefully how I made it. Actually, I will be making this pretty simple since I also don't have a transform tool that I can use. Before I make the whole light stick, I duplicated the cylinder holder first so I wouldn't need to rescale the other ones later. Okay, back to the custom light stick. So first we will do is the black-pink light stick. So we will just make this simple by using a cylinder as holder and then place a round basic shape on top and rescale it. Now since we don't have a transform tool, I will be using pillows here because it has a free transform tool usage without buying the Gamepass. Then just color the holder and round middle to black and the sides to pink color. Make sure to place the pillow on top of the basic shape so that when you duplicate the item, it can be copyable. And that is our simple black-pink light stick. So cute, right? Now for the second light stick, we will do a simple twice candy bong light stick. Just like a lollipop, we will use this horizontal cylinder and rescale this. Now we will just add a round decal here and rescale the decal painting to fit the cylinder shape. Don't forget to color the cylinder to white as well. I will place the decals I made and used in the description box so you guys can also use it. Now onto our third custom light stick. This will be from New Jeans. As you can see, this is a curved or U-shaped light stick, so we need transform tool. And again, I will be using pillows since we can use the transform tool for free without buying the Gamepass. This will only work on pillows and blankets. I will be using 3 bolster pillows to make a U-shaped design on top. And so make sure to place the pillow on top of the cylinder so it would be movable and copyable.
이상하고 아름다운 느낌이 좋아 걱정되고 보고 싶은 이런 기분을
We are now done with the K-pop girl groups, so now for the boy groups we will start with BTS. The base holder is full black, and then we will be adding a round basic shape on top. Since this is kind of a clear circle, I will be using the semi-transparent sphere basic shape and resize this, so it would just fit the holder, not too big or too small. There is actually a lining around the sphere, so if I had the transform tool, I would just add another semi-transparent sphere. But since we don't have, I will just add this bolster that I will rescale, and then place it at the center. Color the pillow first before transforming it in the middle, because I don't know if we can still reach the inside of the sphere once it is placed down. I'm also adding a round thingy on the right upper side of the sphere. So I use this basic round pillow and resize it smallest and flat as possible. We will place it on this right top part and then color this black. If you have the transform tool, you can use basic shapes and it would look much better. Change the color of the sphere to white so it would look opaque. The pillow in the middle was poking out, and I decided to just change its color. I used sand texture and also colored this institutional white. Okay, now we will be making the light stick of 17. And as you can see, it is very pretty and luxurious because of the diamond in the middle. So I colored the base holder to a very light blue shade with foil texture to make it shiny. Now add a semi-transparent sphere again, and I won't be duplicating the BTS one because it has a lot of pillows in it. I also copied the color of the base holder to the sphere. Because we don't have a diamond pillow or something triangular, I will just use this crown pillow because a crown is special and expensive like a diamond, hehe. I know it really doesn't match, but I didn't want to leave this empty, so there's that. I also made all the texture to foil so it would look a bit shiny. Onto our last custom light stick for NCT. So this will be plain simple. All we need is one small box and resize this to make a vertical rectangle. I also colored the base holder to white, and for the box color this olive with foil texture. We will add a photo frame in front of each light sticks where we will be adding decals of their group names.
이상하고 아름다운 느낌이 좋아 걱정되고 보고 싶은
As for the lighting, since there are some string lights placed in a few wall, we will just add minimal lights using the sleek ceiling light. Feel free to change the bulb color to whichever you like. I colored this yellowish shade so it would still have a warm vibe in here. Place the ceiling lights on the corners, middle left and right, and one in the center. Let's add some commercial mats in front because it seems too plain in here. Feel free to color this however you like. I just colored it dark purple because the color scheme here are more of bright. I also changed the colors of the CD cover and we are done. So our total plot value right now is $396,567. This is beside the SPAO clothing store, and this K-pop store is inspired from the K-Mecca K-pop store in Seoul. So this is the inside. We have here the K-pop boy group section. I super love the photo card wall. We have the albums in the center. Also, these decals are from the free images search bar. The only decal I made is the shop signage and the twice light stick. Anyways, this is the front counter. We have more bag merch in the bottom shelf. I also placed a stool for the staff for boosting moods. We also have more posters on the wall. Anyone here who is a K-pop fan? I want to know who is your bias group in the comment section, hehe. Anyways, this is my favorite corner. This is a section solely for BTS group. I also saw this cute Funko Pop, and I was like, I have to place that in here. We also have the BT21 plushie toys over here. So beside the BTS corner is the K-pop girl group section. We have the albums in the middle shelves just like in the boy groups. You can change the decals of the scrapbook and make this a CD album. I also love the photo card wall. I wish I had a lot of plot data to use so we can add more decals here. Anyways, this is our last section, which is the light sticks. I feel so proud even though it's simple. Like, look how cute this all are. I just edited a decal for the twice candy bong, but everything in here is copyable and movable. Anyways, that is the end of part 8 in our Korean Town series. Thank you guys for watching. I would appreciate your support by giving this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also click on the notification bell so you won't miss the latest videos I upload. Help me reach my goal of 10,000 subs. This would help me a lot, especially in making future videos for you all. The decal codes I made and used will be in the description box. Have a wonderful day, afternoon, or night. Love you all and take care. See you on my next video.